Namaskar. Welcome to today's session. Today's session is about website performance optimization. As we know that in order to sustain in today's globally challenged world, we need to have a website created. किसी भी business की अगर online presence ना हो, website presence ना हो, तो उस केस में consumer के लिए वो business कुछ हद तक questionable हो जाता है. सो दैट इज़ वाई हर बिजनेस के लिए आजकल एक बेसिक प्राइम रिक्वायरमेंट है अपना वेब पेज बनाना, अपनी वेबसाइट बनाना. सो इन आर टुडेज सेशन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस कि अगर हम कोई वेबसाइट बनाते हैं अपने बिजनेस के लिए तो हम कैसे उसकी परफॉर्मेंस को ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं, किस तरह से हम वो सारी स्ट्रैटेजीज अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं जिसकी वजह से कंज्यूमर ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आपकी वेबसाइट पे आए, इजीली आपकी वेबसाइट उन्हें मिल सके. इन्हीं कुछ डिस्कशंस को लेके आज का हमारा लेक्चर है. तो लेट्स सी कि हमारा फ्लो ऑफ द सेशन किस तरह से है. तो इनिशियली वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाट इज़ वेबसाइट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, क्या होता है ये चीज़, हम इसको थोड़ा सा डीप डाइव करेंगे इस टॉपिक के अंदर. देन वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट दी स्ट्रैटेजीज रिलेटेड टू वेबसाइट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, कि किस तरह से आप अपनी वेबसाइट को ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकें. ऑप्टिमाइज का मतलब है कि किस तरह से आप उसके अंदर से ऑप्टिमम रिजल्ट निकाल सकें, ऑप्टिमम आउटपुट्स दैट यू रिक्वायर्ड आउट ऑफ योर वेबसाइट, हाउ यू कैन अटेन दोज आउटकम्स. Then what is user experience optimization and what is search engine optimization, SEO. हम इन चार टॉपिक्स के बारे में आज बात करेंगे. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट व्हाट इज वेबसाइट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन. क्या होता है वेबसाइट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन? सो बिफोर आई स्टार्ट विथ वेबसाइट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, मैं एक फिक्टिशियस सा सिनेरियो आपके सामने रख रही हूँ. इमेजिन अबाउट दैट सिनेरियो दैट मे बी यू आर अ मार्केटियर, आप कोई बिजनेसमैन है, एक स्मॉल स्केल या मीडियम एंटरप्राइज आपने ओपन कर रखा है, और क्योंकि जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि सर्वाइवल के लिए आपकी ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा रिक्वायर्ड है. सो मे बी you are a small scale medium entrepreneur and you have spent lots of tons of time and effort and money in building up a great website. बहुत अच्छी आपको लगता है आपके अकॉर्डिंग एक वेबसाइट बन रही है. Now after that you discovered कि nobody is clicking on that, nobody is coming to your web page, and if they are coming they are not spending much time on that, they are moving ahead faster. So do you know the reason why ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? उसका कारण सिर्फ और सिर्फ ये है दैट यू हैवंट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड योर साइट एंड यू हैवंट क्रिएटेड अ फर्स्ट रेट यूज़र एक्सपीरियंस. यूज़र एक्सपीरियंस अगर आप अच्छा दे पाते हैं अपनी वेबसाइट के विजिट होने पर, देन ओनली पीपल विल स्टिक टू योर वेबसाइट. So in a competitive online environment, you need to optimize your website to make it SEO friendly and accessible, spurring users to click and convert. Only if they will click, they will be converting. तो पर्पस क्या है वेबसाइट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन का, कि ये ट्रैफिक लाता है आपकी वेबसाइट पे. अगर लोग आ जाते हैं तो उनको स्टिक कराता है, उनको एक अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस दिलवाता है, एंड दैट एक्सपीरियंस कन्वर्ट्स इनटू योर सेल्स इवेंचुअली. So that is the relevance of website optimization. So how would you define what is website optimization? So basically it is a set of actions that can help you to improve the user experience, the traffic and the conversions on your website. So it is an amalgamation or summation or a bundle of all those actions that you take in order to attain the desired result, right? So website optimization is a process of using tools, advanced strategies and experiments to improve the performance of your website, further drive more traffic, increase conversion and grow your revenue. It includes processes like fixing the bugs, because if your website have lots of bugs, then it becomes difficult for the user to access. Then your page speed needs to be enhanced, or maybe you need to improve your SEOs, or maybe you need to optimize the usability across the devices, mobile, computer, tabs, laptops, and you also need to analyze your UX designs, user experience designs, right? So what is website optimization is what you have already studied or discussed right now. And what are the processes included in that? That also we will be discussing in detail later. So now these are the probable benefits of website optimization. Firstly, it hikes the conversion rate. That means conversion rate of the users. If users are coming to your website, they are finding it good enough, they are interested in knowing about your product. Once they know about your product, definitely they will be converted. They will be in a position to establish some relationship and trust with your brand. So if your website is optimized, it is good, then only it will lead to hike in conversion rate. Secondly, it will enhance the website traffic. See, it's not compulsory that everybody who visits your website lands up into purchasing your product. It's okay even if people are visiting your website, noticing it, and not purchasing your product, but at least spending some time on your website. Because see, if people spend time on your website, that means they are somehow fascinated by the kind of offers or kind of products or kind of displays that you have given on your website, and that leads to a spread in positive word of mouth. So even if a positive word of mouth is being spreaded, it's a very good sign. It's a good sign of having more people who are loyal to your brand. It's good one. So website optimization helps in enhancing that traffic. It also helps in retaining the customer. And how is the customer retained? Only if you are able to develop some interesting content on your website. You keep on changing the user experience. You are coming up with something new and fascinating every time. Only then your customer will be retained. Again, that leads to your brand loyalty. Then it establishes the brand authority. Because your website is optimized, people are liking their experience and spending time on your website. Your brand authority also increases, brand value, brand image enhances. Then it also ensures website accessibility. It shows that the website is so easily accessible that people are able to search it, find it quite soon and frequently, and that is the reason why they are visiting it. So, in case if you go in for a website optimization, you will be witnessing all these benefits which are required in order to enhance your sales, in order to increase your profitability, in order to make your product aware amongst people, in order to create more brand loyal customers, in order to retain the customers. You require all such things. Now, there are certain strategies of website optimization. So, if you are going for website optimization, you need to look upon at least these five major aspects. Though, if we talk about about strategies, I think we can talk for hours together if I talk about strategies of web optimization. But my purpose here was just to acquaint you with the major ones, which can be later on digged on deeper once you are doing one particular aspect of website optimization. So here we have talked about four aspects. One of them is about mobile experience. That means you need to optimize the mobile experience. I'm sure you must be aware of the fact that majority of the searches that happens, 70% of those searches happens on the mobile device, and only 30% happens on a tablet or on a laptop or on a computer. So, reason being that mobile is always accessible, more approachable to people, so they find it easy to browse through a mobile at any point of time. So now, supposingly, if your website seems to be okay when we open it on a laptop, but it may sound or it may seems to be a little different, a little difficult to handle with if we are opening it on mobile. So you need to ensure that when your website is being approached through a mobile device, even then the experience of the consumers are optimized. So you will have to see it from those angles, and you need to make sure that you do not have lot of pop-ups coming in on the when a person is opening it on mobile, or maybe your site loads up very quickly, because for mobile you need a little higher pace. Then your text should be easy to read, they should be legible, because again the screen of mobile is smaller. If your text are not legible, then again it may the viewer might lose his interest into the content. Then all content should be very clearly visible. It should be scaled down, the images and graphics should be scaled down so that they become legible. It should not be big and it's spreading or separating somewhere. It shouldn't happen that way. Then your site should be easy to navigate. If you are able to take care of all these aspects, only then you will be in a position to provide optimized experience on mobile as well. Fine. So you may find certain online free tools like Pingdom website speed. There are certain free tools available which can help you in designing a great experience on mobile as well. Fine. Second important strategy for website optimization is the page speed. See, nowadays people do not have a lot of patience. They do not spend more than 5 minutes on a particular page. That too, that have with the one which is already loaded, and when they are reading it. So imagine if your page speed is low, it's not opening. The page is not opening while they're surfing. They will land up moving to some other website and they'll skip yours. So you will lose to a great extent. Your page speed need to be very high. Then you also need to check upon the page speed through different online tools, like we have Google Page Speed Insight is there's an instrument which helps in assessing the page speed and giving suggestions to improve it as well. Then third strategy is about optimizing the user experience. This particular aspect we will be discussing in detail in the slides to come. So definitely it is a very important aspect wherein you are ensuring that the user who is visiting your website is getting an excellent experience. He's not getting some monotonous stuff due to which he's not landing up again. So you need to take care of your user. Then multivariate testing. These tests help in comparing two different elements of your website and just check that which one is performing better. Is it the content which is better, or is it the speed which is better, or is it the UX which is better, or is it the UI which is the better? So such type of testing need to be done quite frequently so that you can enhance your website experience every time, and you can get to know that what are the elements who are underperforming so that they can be improved, and what are the elements which are up to the mark or performing well so that you can boost up them as well. Then last was website copy, that is tailoring a website copy to drive conversion. You need to have a very strong and efficient website copy so that you can drive into conversion, and it may be interactive that people so that people can express their thoughts and finally get converted. Okay, talking about user experience optimization. So, in digital marketing, there are two types of design. One is interface design, the other one is experience design. I am sure you must have heard about the term UX and UI. So, UI is interface design, and UX is experience design. So, the user interface or UI is basically about how a website looks. Okay, the design, the buttons, the website color palette, how interactive elements are displayed in the website. So UI talks basically about the looks or the aesthetic part of website, which is also very important. On the contrary, the user experience UX, it talks about the website function. Okay, so UX is about how website functions. The UX designer works basically on creating a website that looks great and it is easy to use, which means that if you're building a web page and it works well from technical perspective and it is intuitive when it comes to finding the right information, you are able to land up to the right place, then you can consider it to be a good user experience based website. So these are the two type of experiences, and we need to work upon optimizing those experiences. Now, UX focuses on having a deep understanding of users, that they need, what they value, their abilities, and also their limitations. Because this is the experience that the consumer is getting while he's using the website. So UX need to be very much optimized so that you can understand your user, his need set, his value set, his abilities, and his limitation, and you can offer your options based on those, revolving around those need set only. If you are able to do that, that means you are able to hit the bullseye, you are able to grab the attention of the customer and that will lead to a great amount of conversion. So UX best practices promote improving the quality of user interaction with the perception of your product and any other related service, right? So it helps in balancing or matching the experience which a user is gaining while he's on your website and the perception that he's having in his mind about your product or your offering. Now, user experience design focuses on seven core principles. What are those principles? First is usefulness. That talks about how useful your website is. Is it able to attain the goal of the consumer? Is it able to give a problem solution to the consumer? So that talks about usefulness. Does his spending time on the website is useful or not? Somewhat like that. Then second is usability. That how intuitive it is to use your website. Third aspect is desirability. That means the elements of the website are used to evoke some emotion or reaction or not. Is it pulling down the consumer from desirability set to intention, from intention set to desirability set or not? Then it should enhance the value. The website should provide some value to the visitor. And how can values be provided? Maybe by offering some very informative information which the person might not know, but after knowing it, it adds value to his knowledge. Then findability. If your website is easy to find on internet, that means it is giving you a good user experience. Credibility talks about how trustworthy your website is, depending upon what kind of content you are posting, who all are endorsing it. That enhances the credibility of your website. Then accessibility. The website can be used by people with disability also. People are easily able to access your website. Then again, it is considered to be a good user experience. So in case if your website is falling into all these seven criteria, that means you have optimized the user experience, and which will bring more traffic and more retention of customers on your website. Talking about another very important aspect, which talks about the tactics to enhance user experience optimization. Now, after understanding the term UX, we need to understand that what tactics can you follow in order to optimize the UX, right? So the tactics begins with the pain point. You need to understand that what are the pain points of your user, what are the deficiencies or what are the problems that they are facing. So for example, if they are facing a problem of hair fall, right, you have identified that problem, and you know that there is a particular set of consumer who want to get rid of hair fall, but they do not trust chemical based treatment. So now you being a company who's already dealing into ayurveda or herbal stuffs, you are in a position to offer a solution to their problem. And if you do, consumer will start noticing you, they will start adopting your product. So you need to understand their pain point initially. Okay. Now once you have understood their pain point, next important thing is you need to create your user's persona. And what is meant by that? It means that you need to know the inside out about your users. You need to know that what are they liking, what are they disliking, what are their demographic features like maybe their age, maybe their gender, maybe their marital status, maybe their occupation. So, if what are the threats that they face? What are the opportunities that they consider? What are the strengths of those people? What are their likings? What are their hobbies? So, if you know the user's persona in totality, it will be very easy for you to reach out to them to a great extent. And then you will be in a position to answer to their pain points, right? Second step or second tactics, I should say, is map out user's journey. Just try to, through analytics or through any other smart tool, you can just map out the journey of the user, that prior to this, was he still looking for a solution to the same problem of hair fall? And if so, what all alternatives have he tried? Have he already gone through different other ways? Maybe some allopathic ways, maybe some yoga based ways, or maybe some other natural treatment therapy which he have gone through. So if you'll try to map out his journey, you will get to know that what was his past experience, and based on his past experience you will be in a better condition to answer his problems and give him a better solution, right? Third step could be create website wireframes. You need to make frameworks of your website in your website which talks about specific things, like maybe what are the health based treatments that can be done in order to avoid hair fall, what are the diet based things which could be done, what are the medicinal things that could be done. So all these things, all these aspects are being segregated through a particular framework, right? So you need to create those frameworks into your website so that the person is able to navigate from one aspect to another very easily. It is very evident for the person. So things should be very clearly demarked on your website, and proper wireframes should be created. Last but not the least, start prototyping. If you are able to prototype, then it will be easier for your consumer to build that trust into your product, and that will lead him to purchase and again rebuy. So if you take care of these tactics, I think you would be in a position to offer a great experience to your user. Another most important aspect of optimization is SEO, that is search engine optimization. Now, what is SEO? SEO is basically a process of improving the visibility of your website on a web page or a search engine page via natural or unpaid organic algorithms, right? So when you type something on Google or Binge, if you surf something, there's a keyword written by you, you just press enter, you get a list of the results of searches which come, which is also known as SERP, search engine result page. So when you see the search engine result page, the website which are ranking to the top are the ones which the users click the most, right? We are always in a habit of clicking the first option first, right? So if your particular website is ranked higher, it is on the top of the page, there are chances that people will click those websites, they'll visit it, and you'll get more of organic, unpaid, natural conversions or visits of people. So what does SEO do? It helps in improving your visibility of website by bringing your rank higher, by making you excel that chart. Okay, so SEO helps in making improvement in your website structure and content so that its page can be discovered by people searching for what you have to offer through search engines, right? So whenever people are searching on search engine, your result or your page will be discovered very easily by the people. So SEO helps in improving that website structure, right? So search engine optimization is a set of technical and content practices which are aimed at aligning the website page with search engine rank algorithm. So it can easily be found, crawled, indexed, and surfaced in the SERP for relevant queries, right? So SEO helps you in doing those things. It helps in aligning your website page with the search engine ranking algorithms, right? So this is what SEO means. Now there are three basic types of SEO: on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEOs. Now on-page SEOs are the one which are visible to us when we are on the website's page. So they helps in optimizing the quality and structure of your content page. They helps in improving your content quality. They helps in giving you putting in uh, relevant keywords into your content page, the HTML tags, and they are the key players of on-page SEOs, right? So on-page SEO is basically taming your website page. Then there is another type of SEO which is called off-page SEO. What do they do? They are getting other sites and other pages linked to your page through backlines or internal linking. Through these things, they helps in connecting to your sites. For example, you must have seen that while you are surfing something and on a particular web page, and you click the button, and because of that button you landed up to another page. So they are called the internal linkings. They help you in navigating to the another page. So by building strong internal linking, you can also divert traffic towards your page, which is an aspect of off page SEO. Then you have third category of SEO, which is called technical SEO. It helps in improving your site's overall performance. What do you mean by overall performance? The parameters like security of your site, user experience, site speed, structure, they are the technical aspect of your SEO. So that is taken care by technical SEOs. Now, how does an SEO function? How does a search engine optimization functions? It's very simple that how your when you're searching something on Google, how does your website ranks to the top? These three-step process will tell you how it happens. So when you search on a web browser, the browser search crawlers constantly scan the web, and what do? They gather, they categorize, and they store so many billions of web pages in the form of an index, right? And when you search, what does Google do? It pulls out result from that index. It pulls out result from that index and ranks it on its page. Now, how does it pull out? If it pull out, say, result A first, that will be ranked first. So result B would be ranked second. So based on how it is pulling it out from the index, the rankings are happening. Now, what formula does Google use in order to pull out things or information from the index? So Google uses a complex formula. That formula are the algorithms, which is based on number of criteria. Now, what are those criteria? The criteria could be the PPC that you have paid. It may be the quality of the content that is there. It may be the relevance of the search query. It may be the kind of keywords that you have used. It may be the website domain, etc. So based on several factors, considering several factors, Google have devised a complex algorithm which helps it in indexing the result on SREPs. So now when you are searching certain thing and you are seeing the result page, it is also your interaction or person's interface that maybe I'm not clicking the first one, I'm clicking the second one. So it is a combination of both the things, that how Google is ranking you plus how people are interacting and dealing with your results on that web page, right? So based on that, you can get good traffic on your website. Now, this particular pie chart shows that out of all the surfings that are done in this world, Google scores 92% of the share. That means 92% people surf on Google as a page. Then few of them do it on binge, so on and so forth. Now, if Google is so much important, it is so much popular amongst people, definitely you need to understand the dynamics of how Google calculate and ranks your page. Because if it is ranking good in your in Google page, that means your battle is half won. So this particular pie chart talks about different aspects which Google consider while ranking you on the surfing page. So most important out of them is consistent publication of high quality content. If the content that you're publishing on your website is being revised regularly, it is of good quality, that eludes lot of attention of consumers also, and Google gives a very significant component significant share of this component into its ranking chart, right? Second most important factor is the keyword that you are using to tag your title tag, right? Then another is engagement with the page. How many people are daily visiting your page? If they are doing it, again your page becomes very likely of footfalls. So that means there is high amount of engagement happening in the page. That will again enhance your ranking on the Google page. Then Other factors like niche expertise, uh, backlines, internal links, mobile first, security, page speed, schema, these factors, keywords in URL. So, all these factors also matter while the rankings are defined, while that formula is being applicable. So, if you know these components, definitely you will try to work upon the most important ones amongst them so that you can rank high on the Google chart. So these things will help you in optimizing your result, optimizing in SEOs, optimizing in the website search, etc. So while you are devising the website next time or you're working on your website, do not be disheartened because people are not visiting it very regularly. But if you take care of these factors and enhance them, I think your website can be optimized to a great extent and you can actually make real sense of business from that website. Thank you so much.